Good evening. As Kern County remembers D-Day, the day when the U.S. and its allies invaded Normandy to free France in World War II, a long-awaited law aiming to provide veterans with better access to health care going into effect.
23 ABC's Noelle Lilly joins us tonight in the Live Center with more on how this law will allow as many as 2.1 million veterans access to private care and the response from one of our local politicians. Noelle?
Tim, Jess, the VA M.I.S.S.I.O.N Act was signed into law in 2018, but it goes into effect today. It's a law that Congressman and Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy says is a good thing. Tweeting this message today, great news for our veterans. The VA M.I.S.S.I.O.N Act launches today and will expand health care options for vets exactly 75 years after our brave men changed the course of history on the beaches of Normandy. It's also something that community members I spoke to say is good news for our local veterans.
Vietnam veteran Jack Vetter served in the U.S. Army and began frequenting the Kern County Veterans Clinic more often than usual in recent years.
I turned 74 a couple of weeks ago, and all of a sudden all the things from Agent Orange are starting to crop up.
Agent Orange was a military tactic used by the U.S. in the Vietnam War that sprayed toxic herbicide onto enemy territory, but it led to severe health issues like cancer for military service members exposed to it. Now, thanks to the highly anticipated VA M.I.S.S.I.O.N Act, receiving health care to combat these issues will be much easier for vets like Vetter.
It's a big deal. It's a real big deal.
The VA M.I.S.S.I.O.N Act was passed and signed into law in 2018, and it changes the eligibility requirements to allow more veterans to receive local care.
It's going to help veterans access care in different manners, mainly in their community.
Previously, federal law said that the VA would only pay for a veteran to receive private care or specialty care if the vet had to drive more than 40 miles or wait longer than 30 days to see a VA doctor.
Being in Bakersfield, we had a clinic here, but if you needed specialty care, you had to travel to L.A.
Now, under the M.I.S.S.I.O.N Act, the VA will pay for care if a veteran has to wait longer than 28 days or drive more than an hour to see a VA provider, meaning that more veterans can receive care locally instead of traveling outside of the county.
Another good thing about the M.I.S.S.I.O.N Act is the access to urgent care. Veterans in the past didn't have access to immediate care necessarily in the community.
The law makes it so that as many as 2.1 million vets are now eligible for private care, compared to the previous number of 560,000 eligible veterans.
When you go to LA, it's a foreign place. You just don't feel as comfortable there. Everybody here are veteran oriented. It's really special to come to somewhere that you know you're welcome and vets are welcome.
Vetter and his wife Kathy say that it's about more than just not having to travel far.
Everything's here. This is home. This is really home.
Now, it is important to remember that to be eligible for these new services under the M.I.S.S.I.O.N Act, veterans need to be actively enrolled in VA care and have used a service within the last 24 months. Now, to do that, you go to va.gov. On the website, they have where you can apply for health care now. If you scroll a little bit down, you'll see your options where you can find out if you're eligible, how to apply, as well as apply now online. That will lead you to a portal where you fill out all of this information to make sure that you're eligible to receive those new services for veterans today. And if you need help with that process, the Kern County Veterans Services can help you. All you have to do is make an appointment or walk in, and they'll walk you through that whole process. In studio, Noelle Lilly, 23 ABC, connecting you.
Great information, Noelle. Thanks for that.